welcome back to my Tulane Dynasty here on College Football 2025 as we are entering the off season here for the first time. And in this one, going to try to bring in some more recruits, maybe take a look at the transfer portal. At the end of the last episode, if you want to check it out, we did beat Old Dominion, made it to 11-3 in our first season, ended up being ranked number 16 in the country. Was a really fun bowl game, and Miami ended up winning the national championship, not making any coaching moves. But yeah, if you want to take a look at the season stats and everything, check out the end of the last episode, and we're off in the off season here. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we do start off the off season with a commit from Jeremiah Neighbors, a center that we badly needed some depth along the offensive line. So that's huge. We're currently first for this outside linebacker, Brian Eldrenkamp. First, we'll take a look at players leaving. Don't lose any transfers. That's huge. So we pretty much, went down the roster, went over these guys' stats. Let's just take a second look, kind of what we're losing. As far as wide receiver, losing Brown is definitely the biggest loss there. Didn't use Trainer a whole lot. Was a special teams guy. Griffin got involved a little bit, but not that much. Dante Fleming never played. Watts never played. At tight end, losing Reggie Brown, who did not play a lot. Losing Hudak, who did not play at all. On the offensive line, we're losing two centers here. Vincent Murphy and Caleb Thomas are going to have to replace a center. Rimatek did start for us, so that's two spots along the offensive line. Now three spots along the offensive line with this Rashad Green also out. So offensive line will definitely be something I've been hitting hard in the, in recruiting, but definitely going to be taking a look at the transfer portal to see what we can maybe bring in there. Left end, losing Angelo Anderson. Would have had a bigger season, I think, if he wasn't playing with superstars all along that defensive front. Losing Eric Hicks, Ashton Callahan, and of course we're losing the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner Patrick Jenkins. Just had a phenomenal season, an all-timer, late 2000s Ndamukong Suh type season, except he won the Heisman along with it. Also losing Aiden Huntington. So losing, your three best players along the front, and Anderson, Jenkins, and Huntington. And we're losing Jesus Machado here at middle linebacker. Got some guys that I do like here, but might be a spot I try to look at, trying to improve with a transfer portal person. Tyler Grubbs was another outstanding pass rusher that we had. So it's losing a lot on the defense. It really is. Losing Geiger as well, started for us at free safety all year. And losing Leister here at strong safety, not the biggest loss there. And we do lose Ray Knott. I am in it for a kicker. But yeah, so definitely losing, a lot of the core of this team, right? A lot of the core. And it'll be interesting to see how well we can rebound with that, how well guys, move up and progress this offseason. But really a lot to look forward to. Thankful we didn't lose anybody in the transfer portal. The strong finish to the season definitely helps out with that. As we are here, let's take a look at draft results, see if we had anybody drafted. Patrick Jenkins, the Heisman winner, goes in the 5th round, and Rashad Green, our right tackle, does get drafted. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at the transfer portal. So got a little over 1,000 hours available. We've got a lot of these guys already committed. So I'll first kind of take a look. Let's make sure we get some of these guys. I don't have a lot of these guys scouted, just trying to save hours. Actually, while we have some hours, 'cause I'm not really as worried about scouting the transfer portal guys. So he's an okay player. I think it's something that we can maybe work to and build. We'll spend 25 on him. So this is a guy we're really after and want. We'll send 25 there. Another guy we've been leading the battle for is a 3-star. This is one that we are losing out to Auburn, because I have additional hours. Put them in there. Probably going to end up losing this battle to LSU, but I'm going to swing for the fences there anyway. In fact, let's get him on a visit. Use proximity to home. Westerman, we're up big four. We're just going to throw a couple points there. Same for Marcus Vigil, maybe 25 for him. That's potentially our quarterback for the future here, and Jason Sampson. Let's see. And then we do have Walters, wide receiver, that's got some pretty good attributes here, something I can work with and develop. We're going to definitely try to get him in here. We're going to use proximity with home for him. So I do have a kicker, but it's not great, and we do have Hyman that came in as well. So let's take a look. Definitely got some hours available. Let's take a look and see kind of who's available. And first things first, Emory Jones Jr. from LSU. Need a right tackle. He is going to be, a top of the line guy here for sure. We are absolutely don't know exactly what he wants, so that's a problem. But we'll send the full gauntlet. We definitely want Emory Jones. That would be a huge pickup for us. Should be an instant starter. And even Eric Io Manor, I believe he is the guy from, let's see. Yes, he is the guy from Stanford. So a wide receiver room, you're looking at Shaz Preston, Mario Williams are definitely our two biggest returners. How do you pass up a guy trying to come here and make that impact? So definitely the same. I definitely looking to add these high talent caliber players here for sure. And he's somebody that's got interest in us. So take a look here again. I might take a look at this free safety here. Ryland Green from Liberty. I'll keep him in mind. Running back, not really worried about. Wide receiver, Silas Allen, I think like the wide receiver room is okay. I didn't really, try to recruit like one guy. Kind of threw out some offers here and there, but I'm not overly worried about that position. Defensive lineman here, Quincy Wiggins. I'll add him and we'll take a look and see. First of all, who's some people that maybe have us like super high in interest? Because getting some guys like along the offensive and defensive line, I think are going to be huge. Let's scout this Wiggins. It's a really good pass rusher, good athlete, good strength. Okay, yeah, I'm down to throw some action his way here. Go ahead and send the full 75. I think he's somebody, and we're facing an uphill battle here for sure. So let's kind of take a look, see if there's a position in general that I'm looking at. So going to get Ty Thompson back. We got some good backups here. I'm bringing in a quarterback to kind of work to build towards the future. Running back. Let me see how many running backs I have committed, because I'm really more looking for like future depth at that position. Sorry, trying to keep up with multiple dynasties makes it tough. So, got a 3-star gem here in Richard that I really like. And we do have Eberly here, who's not great, but I think is something that I can work with. So I think we're good at running back. Wide receiver, I mean, if the guy from Stanford wants to come here, I can for sure use him. As Brown will be leaving, he just hasn't come off the roster yet. Correct? Yes. Okay. Just wanted to make sure he's looking at Patrick Jenkins. So yeah, we could definitely use another high-profile wide receiver that would be a great player opposite of Williams. Tight end, we're okay here unless a real standout wants to come. We didn't heavily involve the tight ends. So I'm okay at left tackle. Didn't have a problem there at all. Left guard is fine. Center, do have a guy here in Fortson. Let me actually jot down a couple of notes here because I could so maybe look at let's just see if there's a center that would want to come in. Again, I would be okay with Dominic Stewart, but would maybe look there for a fix. So right tackle, getting Emory Jones Jr. is going to be massive. That's essentially a must. Why don't we look to maybe adding some more offensive line depth? Left end, Lunge was solid when he played, so not desperate there. Right end, Fobbs White should be okay, but we'll jot down defensive end. Could definitely use a body there if we got one. Defensive tackle should be okay. I mean, unless a superstar just happens to want to come here, I'm okay with not chasing that. Outside linebacker. Yeah, need to look at outside linebacker. I mean, Rogers is definitely going to play sub linebacker for us, but we need some pass rushers. So defensive ends and outside linebackers for sure. Cornerback room, I mean, returning everybody. Not super worried about that. I mean, Artillery Magruder, Lewis will probably play a lot more in the slot this year. Despani played in the slot most of the time last year. Got a couple of good free safeties coming in, but could look there. And so yeah, we got some bodies. We'll take a look at we'll just take a look just at defensive back in general, just to see if there's maybe somebody that's standing out. That's kind of the biggest things I think I want to take a look at. We'll just see if there happens to be some, insane quarterback here. And there's not that wants to come here, but a couple of oh no, excuse me, that wasn't even the transfer portal. Yeah, nobody insane. So let's go down to offensive tackle. So we're obviously already going after him, doing everything I can. I'm gonna try to get Emory Jones Jr. here as a starter. Let's see if we can maybe find a backup plan in the portal. Nothing really there. Okay, so that makes it easier. So it's essentially Emory Jones or bust there. Go to guard. Nobody really here. So probably going to have to live and die by, yeah. We'll take a look at Saunders. Maybe take a look at Richard, but not ecstatic about that at all. Center. Got a 2-star guy here in Dennis Samuel. We'll take a look. I mean, obviously, I don't know what a lot of these guys are going to be rated. That's the problem. So this is a big position of need for us here. Is Corey Foreman is in the transfer portal, okay? So, yeah, definitely would need to get Wiggins in here. So glad that we're already chasing him. He's already somebody interested in us, even though we're chasing a battle there for sure. Anybody else? mean, J.J. Dawkins, take a look at him as well just to get some depth in here. Defensive line, again, we're fine. Outside linebacker. Nobody really standing out here at all. It's more of a pass coverage guy. We need pass rushers, okay? There's nothing really there. Okay. Cornerback, nothing really here at all. Again, I feel good about that room, so not overly stressing it. I don't think it'd be a bad idea to go after this guy from Liberty. I mean, a 4-star player. You know, I can find somewhere to use him for sure. And just in case, is there another strong safety? Okay. All right, so we'll take a look. So I brought in a quarterback, Sampson. Pretty solid player. Doesn't have the best arm. That's the thing that really worries me, but he's a good athlete. Got 2 running backs I like pretty good. I'm not worried about scouting him. We're throwing the full 65 at him. Really would like to get this Walters kid here as well. So do got a tight end there. Offensive tackle, again, we're heavily pushing for Emory Jones. Let's wrap. Let's try to wrap this up right here if we can. Try to get Westerman committed. Use a couple extra points. I want to get that wrapped up. Here at guard, we're going to take a look here at Richard. 77 finesse, so he's definitely a finesse guy. Okay, strength. I mean, 56 awareness. Yeah, I don't think he's worth. I don't think he's worth pursuing. I mean, he would be nothing more than somebody we're just trying to bring in. This guy's essentially the same player. So let's throw a couple extra points into him. It's very interesting being at some of these lower level programs. You don't have I'm pretty much throwing shots in the dark at a lot of these players. So center Dennis Samuel, we wanted to just see if he was maybe worth. 80 finesse, low awareness. Run block and pass block are okay. He's already going to be a junior though. Yeah, we'll ride with what we got. So Wiggins, obviously, we're throwing a ton at all the points that we can. That's going to be a big gap. So Dawkins a little bit lower level here. So he's a junior, good pass moves, good power moves, excuse me. Good athlete. I think he would be a solid backup plan. AKA would love to just have him come on as well. Really trying to make this push for Wiggins though. Should win all these races. I got some hours to give. Let's 25, go the full gauntlet there. Try to get this guy in week 1. Good championship contender. Trying to win every battle that I can win, obviously. So, and free. He's a guy that I thought was okay. He's not a good zone coverage guy, but he's not a bad athlete. So I figured he'd be somebody I could try and invest in. Maybe try to sit for a couple of years. I mean, if Air Force really wants him that bad, though, I'm not going to throw any more points at him. Marcus Visual. Yeah. Good tackle. Awareness and play rec. He would need some time, but he's a good athlete. So we'll bring him in week 4. He doesn't have like a thing. Proximity to home is actually his number one, but we're not great at that. So we'll do championship contender. Throw a couple extra points on him. Again, I should get him. These are the 2 free safeties that we had. And oh, I forgot about Brylan Green. Okay, so let's back off a couple of points here. In fact, because I'm gonna get this guy. Like, I'm not overly worried about it. At least I should get him. So that gives me 45 points now to throw at Green. We're just gonna straight up offer him the scholarship. And can I open up 10 points? I'd like to go all in on him. So let's go start back over. So sending the full gauntlet. I'm gonna back off just 10 points there for Walters. Let's try to get Green. It's in the house. Let's maneuver over to let's do the week. But yeah, I was hoping it was just gonna pull off the the people that I'm like going after. So right now the transfer portal guys I'm going after are Brylan Green here from Liberty. Here we go. Emory Jones from LSU, Alec Ayomanor, Stanford, Quincy Wiggins. I'm kind of drawing a blank. I don't remember exactly where he's from, so I can go back and look that up. And Hawkins. So Wiggins and Hawkins. Let's see where they were coming from. Oh, they're right there. Anyway, we'll pull it up right here. So Hawkins from Marshall, Wiggins from Colorado. See what we got, guys. See if anything pops off after week 1. Nick Westerman, tackle commit. That's big. Antoine Walters really needed to make that. He got really good speed. Hoping he's a guy that we can develop. Okay. So we moved up to first for Wiggins, first for Hawkins. We're first for Fine there. Okay. So definitely have plenty of points available. Just take a look, see if there. So we jumped out to a big lead there. We're throwing actually. Okay, I don't have any points. So if I was going to have some points, I was going to try to throw them at wide receiver. Try to get this guy. Just out of curiosity, we'll take a look at his. Actually, do we get something that I can schedule him for? We do. His playing style is his. Yeah, well, we're going to get him. Playing style is his deal breaker. Where is the playing style? There it is. Oh yeah, we're definitely going all in there. Just out of curiosity, let's just take a look. Oh yeah, I can rock with this guy for sure. Yes, absolutely. This guy may come in and be literally the number 1 receiver on the team. Mario Williams had a big year, so I don't know. Maybe I don't want to go quite that far. Offensive tackle, Emory Jones. We jumped up. We're currently leading for him. Need to schedule a visit. Do we know what he likes the most? Playing style. We will get him in here in week 2. Use playing style. I'm going after him regardless. This is a starter. A lot of abilities. Wow, holy cow. Yeah, that's a no-brainer starter. Absolutely. Malden. Okay. So LSU is really pushing for him. I mean, we're making gains, but that's largely because we just had him on a visit. I'm throwing all the points I can at him. I mean, if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. But I have points to spare. Defensive ends. We're first for Hawkins, first for Wiggins. Definitely looks good on getting Wiggins. What is his deal breaker? Is Coach Prestige. Let's get him in here. And let's try to bring him in. Hawkins. Brand exposure is his top thing. We're just a B on that. But you know what? Let's let's try to. I'll utilize it. I mean, we passed the bar. So now let's see. All right, outside linebacker. So still looking good for him. Let's go ahead and. Oh, it makes me nervous trying to scout these guys, and we may have gotten lucky with Eldon Cramp here, being a 3-star gem. Yeah, let's get him in. Let's get this over with. Championship contenders, his number one thing. We'll have him come in next week. You know what? We got points. Let's just throw it at him. Let's get him in. He might be good enough to maybe be a pass rusher for us. Saying a run stopper, maybe he has another trait as well that we can utilize. But yeah, let's get him in. Washington, we're obviously looking good for. Let's do some scouting on him as well. He's solid. Definitely not good in coverage. Would need to sit for a little bit. Do we know what his biggest thing is? We don't, but we'll bring him. We'll figure something out. We'll do playing style. It's our biggest grade, so we'll do that. Okay, we took the lead for fine. He is not a great player. I'm not going to invest. I mean, obviously, I'm investing 75 points. He's just a decent athlete. Zone coverage is not great. Okay. So that might just be a miss. Obviously, we're going to get this guy. I'm not expecting much here. He's okay athlete. It's okay. Sure, we'll get him. Larry Free. Again, something we can work with. We're now in the lead. See if that continues. This is the guy I'm probably most interested in among these guys, I think. So let's add 25 back to him. Took a big jump for Brylan Green, so I can use some more points. Let's just scout him so we know what we got. Yeah, I could definitely find some way to utilize him as well. So we'll put the extra 10 there. We will, finish it out. We will go now to week 3, excuse me. Should get some commitments. That's a big one there from Eldrin Camp. Was a 3-star gem. It's huge. Ian Fine is okay. Malden does commit to LSU, so that one hurts. We're gonna have some bodies we're definitely gonna have to look for at guard next year. But making good moves on some of these guys. We'll take a look through it again. What's our class rank right now? I know we were leading the American heading into the offseason by a fairly substantial margin. We're up to 32 now in the country. And well out in front. We're definitely going to have the best class in the American. Getting a couple 4-star free safety certainly helps with that. All right, well, we had him on his visit. We're out to a big lead. I mean, we're trying to hold off Miami of Ohio right now. It looks like I'm throwing all the points that I can at him. So that's just hoping that he does end up committing. Emory Jones. Oh, no. We had the visit, and they had a gigantic jump as well. I mean, I'm doing all the points I can. I mean, okay. So got him. Can take Malden off the list. Probably. So up big for Quincy Wiggins from Colorado and Hawkins from Marshall. That's a tighter race for sure. I mean, for whatever reason, nobody's looking at this Quincy Wiggins kid, who I think is a day 1 starter for us. Washington, we're still leading 4. I'm just going to keep pushing. We got him on a visit this week. Free. I mean, I'm not that excited. Like, they overtook us. I mean, is it worth? I mean, I need depth at middle linebacker. So we came into the offseason. I needed 5. Sign 1. I mean, I need to bring these guys in. That's the bad thing. I don't want to get stuck with just don't want to get stuck with too many like walk-on type guys that you can't get rid of and stuff. We'll just bring him in. We'll just keep plugging away with him there. Let's just go. Let's put this to bed. I have the hours. There's no reason not to. We'll put this one to bed as well. Not going to be great players for sure. Rylan Green, we're still leading 4. Can throw some extra points at him. Have to go for a week 4. What is his playing style? So week 4. I can do an extra 5 points to him. Going to be a little crowded there. Yeah, I mean, I'm throwing max points at everybody. So I guess we'll take a look again, just at the transfer portal just in case there's another guard that's popping up that's quiet. It's not getting a whole lot of love. Those 2 guys kind of are. We'll take a look at Sharif Miles. Nobody's going after him. See if maybe he happens to be somebody that's okay. What's my needed guard? All right, so needed. We got 2 signed and need 5 total with 3 more that I'm targeting. Let's just see if we can maybe do a little something there. Kumar does decide to commit. Larry Free decides to commit. Emory Jones, we got the right tackle. Okay, I was a little nervous there on that one. That's a huge get. And that might be a bigger one. Huge pickup there. Quincy Wiggins, okay. J.J. Hawkins. We're going to hit all of our transfer portal guys. Yes, we are. That was huge. A huge week getting all of these guys. It really fills out a lot of the depth questions that we had kind of coming into this. I'm just kind of curious whether or not it really does. The transfer portal does affect us. So now we're on the up and up here. I think the only guy I have left is so still got a couple guys left. Let's make it happen. So yeah, we did jump up for him. We need depth. God dang it. I have no problem recruiting over some of these guys this next year if I can. But, I mean, I just don't want to get stuck with walk-ons because I want to say that you can't, get rid of them if they show up. Maybe you can in the future. I know you obviously can't initially. Cortland Washington commits, okay. Marcus Vigil commits. Sharif Miles. So got all of our transfer portal targets. And that's it for us. Did get some points there for coaching abilities as we take a look at National Signing Day. We ended up with, we fell back down. The number 27 class in total in the country got, a couple of really, really good. So we ended up with 3 regular 4 stars from the high school ranks and 3 4 stars from the transfer portal. So, like, if we just take a look broadly at the transfer portal, any player, we got the number 4 player and the number 9 player, so 2 top 10 guys there, and then we also got, where is Green? So 3 of the top 30 players in the transfer portal class. Position changes. I don't think there's, like, we can't, if I'm not mistaken, we cannot do, yes, we can't do our own freshmen. Let's just take a look just for depth purposes. If there's maybe any reason to maybe move a tackle somewhere else. So, like, let's just say I wanted to move Burns here into guard. Can I do that? Without him dropping dramatically, he actually goes up, so we'll do that. Just give us some more depth there, especially since we brought in, I believe, more tackles. So gives us a little bit more depth there at guard. Center, we're going to be rolling with him. That should be fine. Left end, keep that there. Keep that there. Adonis, it's a nice name. That looks good there. Yeah, everybody else I think is largely just going to stick. So many cornerbacks. So many guys. Some of these guys are probably going to be cut, to be honest with you, because we're going to have a lot of safeties to get on the field. Yeah, no other position changes. So just moved a guy from tackle into guard for depth. Huge level up there again, okay. Now I have 50. Probably should have upgraded coach skills there. We didn't really get anybody drafted. So let's, so I'm definitely interested. So I've already filled out the quarterback recruiting thing. Let's see. Which one? So increase weekly hours. Okay. Running back would definitely not going to hurt to have some extra bonuses there. Wide receiver room is looking solid. Still going to need some love along the offensive and defensive line. Let's just go ahead and max this out. And so I think it's going to be, like, we should have some guys that get drafted this next year. So I might be able to utilize that. But instead, for right now, let's do tactician and just get a little bit of bonus here to quarterback play. Let's take a look at training results. So Ty Thompson moves up a couple of slots here. Now an 82 overall. Again, I kind of wish they would show you exactly what really jumped up, but they don't. His accuracies are in a really good spot, particularly that medium accuracy. Halfback Hughes takes a big jump. I would imagine this is the last year with him. I mean, one running back of the year could have left this past year. Likely to be a day 2 pick. So definitely going to enjoy Hughes while I got him. Clayton Johnson's senior year is in a pretty good spot. Arnold Barnes. Yeah, so good movement there. Wide receiver Mario Williams heading into his senior year. It's in a good spot. Definitely a draftable overall there. Same probably with Shaz Preston if he decides to leave. Would obviously love to have him back. Preen. Yeah, got some decent movement. Nothing standing out as being crazy. I think Bohannon didn't grow like at all. Ballman took a pretty big jump. Gunter, so I got 280 overall tight ends with an offense that doesn't really utilize them. Left tackle Graham is up to a 79 now. Hurst above 80. It's good. Forston got a little bit of growth, so that's good. Here's a redshirt sophomore guy that I should have for 3 years unless we bring in somebody insane as a starter. Should end up in the low 80s in a couple of years, so that's big. And Lyons is kind of right behind him. Stewart had a little bit of growth, nothing crazy. Lombardi just very little growth. Big that we got Emory Jones there. Lunge jumps up to a 78. We can work with that. Fobbs White up to a 76. Olsen up to a 75. We can work with that as well. Obviously did bring in some bodies there. I think defensive tackle is in a good spot. Hamilton jumped Adonis, at least on the hoof right here. So he was listed second. Now he's technically listed first. Both of them are run stoppers. Very, very similar players. Like Adonis is probably going to be more of what I want to have in there in sub packages, with Hamilton being more of the run stuffer, like if you had to choose. Okay, we got a nice jump here from Joseph. Gets above the 70 mark here heading into his junior season. Kyle Williams in a good spot. Eugene Jr. had 4 tackles last year and 4 interceptions. So I think both of these guys will be usable here in the middle. And, of course, we got Rogers here now heading into his junior season. Definitely going to be a sub linebacker for us. Let's take a look and see where, like, his – so he's actually not a bad pass rusher either. I mean, Rogers is a Swiss Army knife. Oh, we did move up to 3.5 stars, too, there at the top. That's nice. So, yeah, Rogers, we can work with that zone defense for sure. So Lou Tillery is still our number 1 corner, and Jaden Lewis takes a huge jump, is now our number 2. Magruder gets passed by 3 players. I mean, I don't see how I don't, like, still use Magruder. I mean, he was good last year. 9 deflections, 3 interceptions. I mean, obviously they don't track catches allowed and stuff properly, but I mean, Magruder got passed up by everybody. I mean, he's literally the 5th cornerback now as a junior. Do you just let the young guys play? Like, if we take a look, so he's slower than all these guys, with lower acceleration than all these guys, lower agility, lower change of direction, lower awareness, play recs all the same, man coverage, he's among the lowest, really good zone coverage guy. I mean, the second best in the entire room. I run a lot of zone. That might be what keeps him on the field, because that's a pretty big gap between him and some of these other guys, including Jaden Lewis, who I feel like I have to find a way to play. Like, that's going to be a decision. So, like, it looks like for sure with the zone coverage that Smith has, I mean, up here to 89, he's got to be the number 2. He's got the size. He's got the athleticism. He has to be my number 2 corner. Lewis in the slot. Magruder might have just gotten passed up, because I want to utilize Lewis. I mean, he's got excellent speed. I mean, he's their second. Yeah, that's going to be a decision. Jack T with a nice bump goes from a 68 to a 74. Ransaw all the way up to an 87, probably a draftable player. Despani doesn't really grow at all. That sucks. He might lose some playing times. I might have to use Magruder some a little bit more than I thought I was going to. Helmke didn't move at all. Carroll took a little bit of a jump. This next should be cut players, I believe, or encourage transfers now. Not going to mess with custom conferences. Still hearing too many bad things. We have 8 guys to get rid of. So we first move to quarterback. Sampson comes in at a 68 overall. So probably not cutting any of these guys. Yeah, I mean, you can't. I have 3 seniors. I mean, unless I'm going to cut a senior. I might end up cutting Kai Horton He was the number 2 this past year. He's been undercut by Ibieta. Ibieta is a straight pocket passer. I mean, where is this? Did I overlook? Did I miss it? I had to have missed it. There's no way throw power's that far away. No, I did not miss it. He might get cut just from the sheer fact of trying to get, get the number down if push really comes to shove. Both have similar arms. Yeah, if I have to get rid of somebody, I'm just going to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of Horton. I mean, if Thompson goes out, the whole season offense changes regardless, right? I think he's a fairly significant step up from both Horton and Ibieta regardless. And that's a big enough jump, like in athleticism, that I don't think it would really make that big of a difference. Running back. Not really trying to cut anybody here. We see Richard comes in 67 overall. Burley comes in at 64. They're both them. We'll try to redshirt them, so don't want to cut anybody there. Jalen Rogers is a junior, way down on the depth chart. He's going to be the first transfer that we encourage. Balkison was a gem, only 64 overall though. Does come in with some mental attributes, so hopefully I didn't check everybody's like development traits. That might have been what his big thing was. Leave that alone for right now. Probably need to leave this alone for right now. Got 1,000 cornerbacks, so probably going to be a spot I go to for sure. Sharif Miles, he gives me depth, but that was not a good sign in there. Oh, I didn't even check. 88. So we have 3 really good wide receivers. A.O. Mannery up here in the 88 overall with the same speed as Williams. Just does not have the acceleration. So he's probably going to be the number 1. I'll use Mario Williams as number 2, much in the same way I use Anthony Evans in the Georgia Dynasty. For those of you guys that are keeping up with that. Sorry, I completely blanked on checking that. But Miles at least gives us depth. He's probably, I hope he never plays unless he takes some really big jumps in development. A lot of young guys here. We'll hold on to that. We're going to be starting a redshirt freshman over a junior there, but we need the depth. Lombardi got big jumped. Emory Jones, a 90 overall. Wow. Lombardi waited for his chance to start. That sucks for him, but I couldn't pass up Emory Jones. I mean, that's an elite player. Let's see. Don't really have the bodies for a lot of these spots. I mean, like if I had brought in a defensive tackle, if I'd have been able to, I tried. It just didn't work out. And oh my Lord, I'm gonna have to recruit a bunch of defensive tackles. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, we're gonna have to hold on to all these guys. Kilgo over Eugene to start. That's elite speed. Or do you try to I think I can work with Eugene. Maybe try to redshirt Kilgo because he would be a monster in a couple of years. Right outside linebacker, I need to keep both of those guys. I mean, yeah, we got way too many cornerbacks. So definitely getting rid of Kawan Flowers. Thank you for your services. Rouser, thank you for your services. So 1, 2, 3. I got 4 guys that I feel really comfortable with. I mean, obviously haven't seen a whole lot of Smith or Jaden Lewis, but between Magruder along with those 3, you feel really good about that. Pleasance, a redshirt junior. He's 6th on the depth chart. We're losing Tillery But like you got a sophomore right behind him that could start. Even looking forward 2 years, right? You should be looking at Lewis, Smith, Ivory, and Magruder as your top four in 2 years. So Pleasant at best would be your fifth corner. Free safety, Maxwell Jordan, big four-star prospect we got, comes in at 74 or 73. Jolly comes in at a 74. Can't cut anybody there. Definitely not worth cutting anybody. So I got 4 guys now that I got to figure out how to cut some more bodies out of this. Bohannon I at least use as a returner. I could probably do that again this year. So we'll get rid of, so like those are the big 3. Probably going to utilize Preen over Mbanasser, but you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get rid of Trevor Evans. I mean, really, even the chances of using Bohannon are pretty low. Like, I would almost rather just use Walters at that point, right? I can utilize Walters immediately as a kick returner just to fill the spot from Bohannon. So that would leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receivers. Bohannon is out. Don't use a lot of tight ends. It's a sophomore that's just kind of in the middle of the group here. Next year, Gunter just takes over as the starter. I mean, Myrtle should be right. I mean, okay, let's come back to that. Whitehead might end up being your starter next year. I hate that for Lombardi. Just not going to play. I mean, you're already going to be running light at defensive tackle. And I can utilize some of these other guys. Let me come back to that. I might get rid of one of them defensive tackles. Got 3 seniors. They'll all be gone after this upcoming year anyway. I doubt that we get down to our 4th defensive tackle a lot. And if we do, I mean, there are guys that you could utilize there, I guess. Got some decent sized guys there at left end. Parker's just at 280 anyway. Go back to cornerback. I can't get rid of Magruder. He was a starter last year. Can't do it. I can't get rid of him. So I'm going to have a backup kicker. That sucks. Oh, these positions are getting tight. Let's move on from Horton. I'll just make this a straight drop back passing attack if I have to. Now I kind of wish somebody would have transferred. This is tough. You just send Lombardi on his way. I mean, Tuttle's better. He could be the swing tackle, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I can use Tuggle as the swing tackle if I have to. We're now down to our 85. So we're advancing, yeah, to the preseason. We are not ranked to start off the year. Let's just take a look and see who's just kind of interested. So now we are definitely a little bit more popular with some of the top end recruits. Got a couple of guys that are interested in us anyway. A lot more top 300, 400 recruits coming in than last year. I'll probably do this off screen, just kind of giving you guys a glance. Eric Fasano. We got some quarterbacks that do really like us. 875 hours. That's a big jump. I think we were at 500 last year. So I guess it's the preseason, though. I think we're at 750 last preseason. Okay. Number 4 wide receiver in the country, guys. At least interested in us. So I was already going to have to recruit senior quarterbacks, so I didn't mind, or recruit quarterbacks, so I didn't mind, really shooting to cut that guy. Running back, we're definitely going to need bodies. Wide receiver, we're going to need a couple of bodies. Okay. So, I have 18 guys. It's like essentially need to, so it's showing me it needs with 24 needs. There, 14 along the defense. Defensive tackle is obviously going to be big. Let's take a look at the schedule we've got set up. I know there's problems with changing schedules to where if you take somebody, out of conference off of your schedule, then they maybe don't have any, then they don't maybe play anybody to replace you. So, like, I really want to play LSU. I want that to kind of be the barometer for us. But that does not look like a thing. Oh, we're actually ranked 25th. Okay, nice. For some reason. Okay, I guess did I maybe not advance far enough into it, or is it just doesn't show you right here? Okay. So we're ranked 25th to start the year. All right, so I think what I definitely don't want back-to-back bye weeks. So if I make Duke, and I don't want a super early bye week. If I make Duke a bye week there, I guess I should have seen if it had me going to Duke or not. That sucks. I'll recheck the recording. Let's see if we can add Duke in one of these spots here. But I'll make sure that it's whatever that said. If I can add them, like I don't want back-to-back bye weeks. Does Duke went 1-11 last year? Or are they just or can I use like North? So it's got Northwestern coming here. Okay, South Alabama. I guess South Alabama available. What conference is South Alabama in? All right, let's put Duke back here for right now. So I can take South Alabama away, make them a bye week. So now can I use South Alabama? I can use South Alabama there. So it would still be an early bye week. We'll just do that. And I know we were at South Alabama. I'll check the recording, but we'll swing with Duke there. So just because I don't want like Duke and Northwestern, who I don't really care to play, outside of the fact that both of us are academic schools for both of these matchups. I just don't want to be in a situation. Let's say Duke is having a good year, or Northwestern it does happen to have a good year. I don't want them to be one of the teams that only plays 11 games, if that makes sense. So, is this exactly the schedule I'm looking for? No, but do we have anybody else? We have no ranked teams on the docket at all. What are the odds? I could see Duke being okay. Northwestern though, like I would not mind. These are teams all playing. I mean, we just go for the LSU's not ranked though. Like I don't want to play Northwestern. I just don't. Let's play. Let's play at LSU to start things off with. If it ends up hurting Northwestern, it just has to hurt Northwestern, I guess. So we'll be ranked on the road in LSU week 1. I think that's a very exciting way to get this season started. Pretty evenly matched with them, but playing in Baton Rouge is not going to be fun. And we get Duke at home. I'll double check that, but I'm probably going to have Duke be at home. I mean, if I'm going, if I'm going to spend 3 of my 4 out of conference games on the road with a lot of road games right here in the middle of the schedule as well, then I'm gonna have Duke at home. Actually, I might put South Alabama at home as well, just in case you have an early bye. I mean, it's not a real thing. I don't believe anyway. Yeah, I want to play. I want to play LSU. I want to see. I want to try to use them as a measuring stick, as we're trying to take over Louisiana. So yeah, we'll rock with that. I'm good with it. It'll just be what it is. So yeah, we're at the preseason, and that's going to be it for me in this episode. The next time I see you, I'm gonna do the recruiting and everything off screen. This video is already at an hour, so don't want to stretch that too much for you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're liking the content, as usual, like and subscribe. Leave me any feedback on ways that I can improve, and check out the Georgia Dynasty. That's also on the channel. And yeah, I guess until next time, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.